I mentioned option appraisal earlier on, and option appraisal is one of those tools that, if it's not contained within an within a business case, it's likely that the organisation will find a reason to say no. So what is it? Well, as the name suggests, it's where you set side by side different options for achieving the same outcome. You identify criteria by which you can then weight or judge the merits of each option. You score those options up using those criteria, and numerically at the end of that process there will be one option that scores the most. And having done that, although it sounds like quite a soulless process, once you've done that, you would be hard pushed to then say, well, that's what the figures say, but we actually think there's a better proposal. The key is to make sure the criteria are designed and agreed upon before you start generating options. So to take a simple example, if I wanted to improve access by vulnerable sections of the community to primary care, I wouldn't start listing the ways of doing that. I would start by listing the criteria by which we will judge any proposal that comes forward. So it might be accessibility, it might be ability to understand what's being provided to that vulnerable group. It might be cost. It could be a range of things, but you come up with those criteria and you weight them. So you decide which criteria are the most important and you provide them with a greater weighting or a greater percentage. You then develop the options and you score the options up. And on screen you will see a made up, quite spurious option appraisal process where you can see the scoring mechanism, the weighting mechanism, and you can see which option comes out the best. The reason I'm stressing this rather soulless process is because you're spending public money or wanting public servants to spend time on a project. If you can't demonstrate that it is self-evidently a better way forward than all of the others that you looked at, why should they say yes? In some way it's the same with clinical practice. Why would you prescribe a drug where quite evidently there are better drugs available which have been tested and shown to work? Where would be your justification for doing that? It's exactly the same with business cases.